Here we go.
Making crap for money. Money. And money. Money. Making crap for money. Money. Yeah. 当他们都在说有钱才能做自我，掉入消费主义陷阱，花钱不思索，被市场的艺术品多得我快数不清，有垃圾点缀的歌我简直都不想听。自卑。
Welcome to the channel, everybody. Mo the Mechanic here, and today we're going to be talking about electrical. Now, electrical can be stressful, especially working on newer vehicles, because a lot of those new vehicles have a lot of technology with a lot more electrical and a lot more headaches. But in this case, we're working on an older vehicle. This is a 2014 Jeep Compass. Now, the customer has brought their vehicle in because one of their complaints was that their passenger side light was not working. So when I brought it in, I duplicated the customer's complaint, which you want to do when you're working on customer vehicles, and the passenger side was not working. They also told us that they had replaced the bulb with a brand new one. I checked the bulb was brand new. So what I ended up doing, just in case, I put another bulb in that I had sitting around on my box. It was the same bulb, and that did not work. So I knew they were right. It's not a bulb situation. So in this case, I am bypassing it with this wire I have in my hand to the ground, and I'm gonna tell you how I got to that point. So when you're dealing with something like light bulbs, if the bulb is okay, then the next step you want to do is check the fuse. And with this vehicle does not have a fuse for the lights. Basically, this runs from the TIPM, which is the box with the fuses right there, that black box, and it runs from that, then it runs straight to the lights, and then the lights go right to a ground. So pretty simple complex. So what I did was I had a test light, which is just a regular bulb I have, and I have two wires going to both ends of the bulb. What I ended up doing was putting one side of the wire into the positive side of the connector for the light bulb, and then putting the other wire to the ground side of the battery. Then when I did that, the test light worked. So I knew that it had good connection on the positive side. So then I went to the negative side of the connector and touched the positive side of the battery, and the bulb did not work. So I knew I had a problem with the ground there. So as you see in this video, after I put my wire on, bypassing the original ground, I just turned the lights on just to make sure that I had good connection and to make sure that it was working. And as you can see in the video, the lights now work. What I didn't also say in the video, I also found out that the driver's side high beam wasn't working along with the passenger side high beam. So this is the high beam that I'm working on right now in the video. So now that I confirmed that the ground was bad on that side, now I can go and start to put this together in a complete fashion. So before you put your final touches on when you're doing wiring, I like to solder. As you can see, I have my soldering tool here, and some people like to use heat shrink. There are different connectors you can connect wiring with. As you see my drawer here, I have a bunch of electrical stuff. I actually enjoy this. Well, let me correct that. I enjoy it when it's an easy spot to get to. I'll put my headphones on, I'll get all my electrical stuff to put this together, and I'll go to town, and I will get lost in doing a job with electrical. I just enjoy it. I don't know why. But where was I? Oh, yes. So when putting your final touches here, I'm soldering, and basically I'm going to fuse the wire on the ground side where I have the opening, and then bolt it to the ground of the vehicle. Now, if you're doing it this way, you don't want to cut the wire completely. You actually want to leave those wires connected. You just want to make a little insert on the wire. And I have, in the video, I am using a razor blade, which I find easier to, especially a razor blade is very easy to get in certain spots. Just be very careful because these razor blades are very sharp, very easy to cut yourself. I believe they make a tool where you can actually split the wire, but I don't have that tool. So I just use a razor blade here, and you don't want to cut flush on the wire. You want to cut alongside of the wire just to give yourself an opening. And once you start getting yourself an opening and start exposing some wire, then you can start to peel that wire back, then make your opening for your connection. So, like I said right here, I'm just soldering the wires here. And once again, I enjoy this. This is very peaceful to me. A lot of mechanics I work with, they can't stand doing electrical. And I kind of don't blame them because, like I said, a lot of these newer vehicles have a lot of electrical problems. And it's very, very annoying and very, very stressful. There's another vehicle that had a crazy electrical problem. That's going to be another video for another day. But as you see right here, I finished soldering. Now I'm cooling down my soldering tool. Just it's a little sponge. You just let the sponge cool it down. And then I didn't have any heat shrink wrap, but I have some really good electrical tape. It's like heat resistant. It's very good. I swear by this. I use this tape right here all the time. So you're gonna take your end up after soldering it, and then connect your bulb back into the headlight itself, and then you'll be complete right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the passenger side next. So now we're going to move over here to the passenger side. Now that we have confirmed that our driver's side is working properly, we're going to get ready to make our ground wire. And we're going to connect it right here on this 10 millimeter nut right to the body right here. Because like I said, on the driver's side, there was heavy corrosion on the ground wire, and the same was over on the passenger side. So we're going to bypass the ground with our brand new wire that I have made here. Same as the driver's side, only this one has two wires coming out of the end instead of one. So as you can see right here, I have made the insert on the ground on the low beam, and I made the insert right here on the high beam. Now, electrical, if you have access to a wiring diagram, does make your job a little bit easier because you can actually trace the connection to the starting point and where it ends. And as you see, I'm just walking over to the vehicle just to confirm that I have good connection and that my lights are working. I'm going to test the low beam first. You see I have the driver's side low beam working, which was working prior to this job. And now our passenger side low beam is working. So our connection is really good there. So, and then I'm going to test the high beams on both sides, passenger side and driver's side. And as you can see, I have good working bulb here on the driver's side. And when you look inside here, now the passenger side is working well as it should. And now you can put your finishing touches on your wiring. And like I said, I like the solder. Some people just like they have special inserts where you can put two ends of the wiring together to make connection to the wiring, but you couldn't do that here. We had to make a wire and connect it to the wires that were already there to the connectors. So I'm just gonna put the finishing touches here, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. But otherwise, please like, share, subscribe, and also leave a comment and send some feedback. I read the comments on some of the videos that you guys have sent, and I have replied. So enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the video. Thank you.